Happy holidays to everybody watching at home as we are live here at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletics Center on the Catonsville campus of the Community College of Baltimore County for women's basketball action as the Cardinals of CCBC Catonsville take on the Falcons of Lackawanna College up in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Hello everyone, this is Isaac Donsky as always bringing you today's game, which should be a pretty good one. The Cardinals come into today's contest 6-5 on the season, 3-2 in conference, sitting 5th in Region 20 standings. Their last game out, an excellent 63-59 last-second win over Anne Arundel Community College, highlighted by a game winner. Their victory broke a 3-game losing streak that was part of an overall difficult month of November for the team. A hot start for the Cardinals was dampened by that losing streak, but they seem to have gotten it back under control. Leading the way for the Cardinals, of course, has been Morgan Gauss, 16 points a game, averaging 4.9 steals per game. Off the bench, there is Sydney Spence, always deadly, 6.3 rebounds per game, 2.8 assists per game. And a shout out to Tykira Burden, who has stepped up big time defensively over the last few games, averaging 0.5 blocks per game. Meanwhile, the Falcons out of Lackawanna College have a 4-3 record, 2-2 in conference. Their last game out, they scored a 58-56 victory over Raritan Valley College. Team leaders include Nia Morse, averaging 18 points a game and 1.8 steals per game. Thais Torres, averaging 8 rebounds per game. And Gabrielle Jackson, averaging 3.4 assists per game. The coaches for both teams, for the Cardinals, Stretch Brandon, and for Lackawanna, Joya Whittington. Now the starters for today's game, and we start with the visitors from Lackawanna College. At guard, 5'5" sophomore number 1, Nia Morris from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, graduate of Woodland Hills High School. At guard, 5'2" sophomore number 2, Ashante Amos from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, graduate of Mastery Charter North Academy. At guard, 5'2" sophomore number 3, Gabrielle Jackson from Darby Township, Pennsylvania, graduate of Academy Park High School. At forward, 5'7" sophomore number 11, Michaela Dooley from Massillon, Ohio, Massillon Washington High School graduate. And at forward, a 5'11" junior, number 24, Jay Lewis from Akron, Ohio, graduate of East High School. And now the starters for Catonsville. At shooting guard, 5'3" sophomore number 1 from Western High School, Cache Waters. At shooting guard, 5'6" freshman number 2, Belinda Glenn from Forest Park High School. At point guard, 5'5" sophomore number 12, Morgan Gauss from Oldfields High School. At shooting guard, 5'7" freshman number 15, Amory McKnight from the National Christian Academy. And finally, at small forward, 5'7" freshman number 23, Tykira Burden from Western High School. We'll be back in 5 minutes with the start of today's game. So here we go. Final game before the winter break for both of these teams. Lackawanna wearing all gray with navy numbers and a little bit of red and white striping there as well. Catonsville with the all whites with red numbers. Jay Lewis and Belinda Glenn will go to the middle for the tip-off. A bit of a shake-up there. Bit of a sloppy start, but Catonsville will get possession and we're underway for the first of 4 quarters of action as the Cardinals look to get their 7th win of the season, taking on Lackawanna. Morgan Gauss, number 12, the star point guard for the Cardinals, drives to the basket, puts up a layup, no good. Rebound will go to Lackawanna. Falcons looking for an opportunity here. Amos, short pass to Morris, knocked out of bounds. Possession will be retained by the Falcons. Amos will inbound. Short jumper to Morris, no good. Rebound, Waters. Waters is going to fire off the pass in the direction of McKnight, but it goes out of bounds. Pass was attempted to go to Dooley, but it's tipped away by Gauss and picked up by McKnight. McKnight drives to the basket, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Lewis. Except Lewis stepped out of bounds. So the Cardinals will take over possession. Gauss will inbound it. Goes to Waters. Waters flips it to Glenn. Glenn gets a pick from Burden. Puts up a short jumper, no good. Burden with the rebound, tries to finish. Grabs her own rebound, puts it up again. And Dooley takes it away, but then just tosses it out of bounds. Possession will stick with Lackawanna, though. I think they're going to rule that it got tipped off of Catonsville's shoe. Gabrielle Jackson carries it up court for Lackawanna. Shot by Dooley there, no good. We stay tied at 0. Waters drives to the basket, puts up a floater, no good. And a little bit of a scrum there between Gauss and Amos. Morris comes away with the ball. Morris, no good, fouled on the way to the basket. Into the game now for Lackawanna comes sophomore forward number 14, Deja Cromarty from Philadelphia. She'll replace Makaya Dooley. Morris to the line to shoot 2. Try and break this 0-0 tie here in the first few minutes. First points are on the board. It's Lackawanna as Morris knocks down a free throw. Second is good too. It's 2-0. Falcons take an early lead. Looking to respond. Here's Gauss, steps back, gonna set up a play. Finds Glenn, Waters right behind her, goes to McKnight in the paint, out to Gauss. Gauss for 3, got it! They're gonna roll, that was only 2 though. Gauss had 1 foot over the line. Gauss with the steal. That's what she's best at. Drives to the basket, but was fouled on the way there. It finishes. That'll give Catonsville the lead, 4-2. Amos from 3. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Cromartie. Possession will stay with Lackawanna, though. Jackson to Cromartie. Finds Morris. Morris puts up a floater, no good. Glenn with the rebound. And Burden got hurt there. Yeah, call a dead ball there. Takira Burden limped off the court. So Misha Connor will come in as Burden heads to the bench. Burden was going for that rebound with Glenn. There may have been a collision there. She takes a seat on the bench. Something looks like it was an ankle. Hopefully everything is okay there. Waters for 3. Off target. Connor trying to get the rebound, but it's scooped up by Jackson. And a scrum there with the ball knocked out of bounds. Waters tried to get a hand on it, but couldn't wrangle it up. It's knocked out of bounds. As into the game now for Lackawanna comes sophomore guard number 10, Taves Torres. Here's Jackson to Morris. Morris puts up a shot, got it. That'll tie it up at 4-all. McKnight charges, got it. Lewis went down hard, no foul called. Sorry, Cromartie. Torres for 3, knocks it down. That'll give the lead back to Lackawanna, 7-6, as we've got 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Gauss sparks out order, setting up a play. Gonna drive a little bit, shoot, no good on the shot. As Dooley re-enters the game to replace Lewis for the Falcons. Seven to 6 to score. A bit of back and forth. Morris goes to Torres. Almost stolen away by Gauss. Morris with a shot, no good. Glenn with the rebound, but it's going to be a jump ball. Possession should go to the Falcons. Gauss with the steal. No good, can't finish, but Glenn can't there. Gets her own rebound, though. I think Catonsville's going to play it safe here and set up a play. Or give it to Waters for 3. No good, rebound, Dooley. Stolen away by Gauss. Stolen away by Waters. No good there. Man, that was a frustrating series of events right there. Multiple steals by Catonsville. They can't capitalize. Both teams struggling here shooting in the early stages of this game. Waters with the rebound. Drives to the basket. A nice shot there. That'll give Catonsville the lead back, 8-7. So both teams having some difficulty shooting early, but plenty of steals, especially for Morgan Gauss. Torres from 3, way off target. Connor with the rebound. Glenn finds Gauss. McKnight for 2, no good. Cromartie with the rebound. Here's Morris for 3. no good. Dooley with the rebound and immediately puts up a shot, no good there. Waters secures the rebound. So we've got 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Waters drives to the basket, puts up a shot, got it. Cache Waters extends the lead, 10-7 for Catonsville. Torres, little too much power in that pass, it goes out of bounds. As a whole bunch of substitutes coming in for the Cardinals come Sydney Spence, number 0, number 11, Nicaea Marshall, and number 3, Tania Hogg. In for the Falcons comes number 30, Sienna Roberts, Jay Lewis, number 24, returning. And one other player as McKnight puts up a shot, no good. Nope, just those two. Morris thought about a 3, instead flips it to Roberts. Roberts is going to lose control. It's knocked out of bounds, and possession will go to the Cardinals. Gauss goes to Spence. Spence, the big contributor off the bench, finds McKnight. And Amari McKnight cannot be stopped in the paint, ladies and gentlemen. McKnight tough in the paint as always. Gauss with another attempted steal, almost got it. And that's going to be a charge called against Morris as McKnight hit the ground. As Gabrielle Jackson re-enters the game for the Falcons to replace Morris. So here comes Spence and Gauss, the two floor generals and leaders for Catonsville. Linda Tania Hogg flips it out to Gauss. Gauss for 3, got it! They're going to count that one as 2 again. It's 14-7, 7-point lead for Catonsville. Amos gets a nice pick from Torres. Goes to Roberts. Can't find anything. Stolen away by Morgan Gauss. That's the 4th steal of the game for Gauss. Puts up a nice layup. Got it! Morgan Gauss. Extremely aggressive, always sniping at the ball. And the results are clear to see. There's a reason she averages 4.9 steals per game, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout called by Lackawanna. There'll be a full timeout as we've got 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Catonsville leads 16-7. Belinda Glenn and Tykera Burden have re-entered the game for the Cardinals, and it's good to see Burden back in the game after what appeared to be an ankle injury earlier. Been a key contributor to the defense for Catonsville this year. Here's a shot by Roberts, no good. Burden with the rebound. Just like that, making an impact. Glenn goes to Gauss. And Gauss with the nice finish. Excuse me, that was Tania Hogg, my mistake. Jackson stolen away by Belinda Glenn. Glenn goes to Connor. Excuse me, Sydney. Spence. Spence no good on the layup. Roberts with the rebound. Roberts finds Jackson. As we've got less than a minute to go here in the first quarter, Jackson banks that one in. 18-9 the score, a 9-point lead for Catonsville. Spence, got it. Tough layup by Sydney Spence, but it gets the job done. Jackson drives towards the basket, partially blocked by Tykira Burden, knocked out of bounds with 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. And possession will go to the Cardinals as Dooley, Cromartie, Dooley and Cromartie re-enter the game for Lackawanna. Spence with a jumper, no good. Rebound picked up by Catonsville. One more chance. Spence with 3 seconds left, no good. Glenn trying to fight for the rebound, knocked out of bounds as the whistle sounds to end the first quarter. The score 20-9, Catonsville leads. Here are your first quarter stats, everybody. Morgan Gauss and Amari McKnight lead the way with 6 points each for Catonsville. Leading rebounder for the Cardinals has been Cache Waters with 4. Leading assister has been Belinda Glenn with 2. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, Nia Morris leads the way with 4 points, 3 rebounds. Gabrielle Jackson leads with 1 assist. So far, a solid defensive effort from Catonsville, as usual with this team. Their aggressive ball-hogging defense has been dominating in terms of steals. Speaking of steals, Catonsville has 7 already in one quarter, compared to none by Lackawanna. And most of those have come from Morgan Gauss, who is doing what she usually does best, taking the ball away when no one is looking. Glenn will inbound to Spence as we get the second quarter underway. Catonsville's defense doing a fine job. Offense having some issues there. Spence fires a pass to no one that goes out of bounds, a possession to Lackawanna. Jackson carries the ball up court. Goes to Amos in the corner, back out to Jackson. Morris flips it to Jackson for 3. No good. Marshall with the rebound. Marshall flips it out to Hogg. Hogg back to Marshall. Marshall, what a nice spin. And the finish. Nysia Marshall. Errant pass there by Lackawanna, picked up by Spence, but couldn't handle it, and it gets knocked out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Falcons. That was a nice spin move, clean move there by Nysia Marshall in that last basket. Don't see that often from her, usually a bench player, but has been improving steadily over the course of the season. Has mainly played a backup role. Morris has to take a second step. That three-point attempt instead bounces off the side of the backboard right into the hands of Hogg, who gets the rebound. Here is Spence. Spence flips it out to Marshall. With the jumper, no good. Rebound Falcons. Spence trying to sneak in there and knock it away, but instead it goes to Morris. Morris drives to the basket and has it stolen away by Marshall. Nysia Marshall making her presence known here early in the second quarter. Spence flips it out to Belinda Glenn. Glenn with a jumper, no good, gets her own rebound as the Falcons weren't quick enough to catch up. Passes out to Spence, and the Cardinals will try and reset here. Spence looking for an opening, gets a nice pick from Marshall, Tries to go towards the basket, no good, has to put up a jumper, didn't matter, still banks in the shot. Sydney Spence makes it 24-9. Amos for three, got it. That breaks the scoring drought for the Falcons as Amos gets them into double digits. Spence loses track of the ball on the way to the basket, was trying to Euro step her way in there, and it will go out of bounds. Possession should go to the Falcons. Looks like it's going to stick with the Cardinals. As here come a bunch of subs. Cache Waters, Amory McKnight, and Morgan Gauss all enter for Catonsville. Jay Lewis enters as McKnight puts up a three and knocks it down. Amari McKnight, best known for her devastating power in the paint, also a pretty nice shooter from beyond the three. And a response from Morris, back-to-back threes. Now McKnight fighting her way into the paint, puts up a shot blocked by Lewis, but she catches her own block, puts up a nice shot in there, 29-15. Now the score as Catonsville continues to extend their lead. They have their lead by 14, and that's going to be a foul. Nope, travel called on Jay Lewis. So Catonsville takes over once again and will try to capitalize off that turnover. Gauss directing traffic, looking for an opening. Finds Spence. Spence feints a three, instead charges up towards the post and puts in a nice floater. Sydney Spence makes it a 16-point lead, 31-15, with 6 minutes 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Catonsville's laying it on him. Morris from three, no good. Spence with the rebound. Spence slows up, finds Hogg. Hogg passes out to McKnight. And McKnight's going to charge the basket. No good, tries to get her own rebound, but Morris snags it away before she can. Morris got two players to beat, flips it out to Amos, puts up the layup, but too much power, and Waters is there with the rebound. Waters slips between two defenders, puts up a shot, no good. Amos with the rebound. Risky pass there to Morris, but it works. Morris defended by McKnight has to, that went in. As Catonsville's going to call a timeout. Coach Brandon wants to talk it over with his team. This will be a full timeout, it looks like. Back underway here with about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Catonsville leads 31-17. Gauss finds Waters. Waters with a jumper, no good, too much power. Overshot it a bit. Jackson with finds Amos. Amos passes right to Hogg. Waters almost loses control of the basket, puts up a hook, no good. Tries to steal the ball away from Morris. Again tries to steal the ball away from Ward. Cache Waters will not give up, trying to knock that ball away. There she goes again, trying to get it away. And a travel. So all that pestering forced Morris to make a mistake. Catonsville will now attempt to capitalize. Deja Cromartie checks back into the game to replace Makaya Dooley. Also into the game for the first time for the Falcons is freshman number 33, Rihanna Cleveland. Gauss. Nice deep shot from Gauss. Makes it 33-12. Gauss Morgan had gone a little quiet there for a bit, but finally gets back on track. Jackson flips it out to Amos. Amos slides between two defenders and has it stolen away from Waters. Boy, this Catonsville team is refusing to let the Falcons even touch the ball as Waters puts in a nice layup. That's 11 steals so far for Catonsville. Morris feints like she's going to put up a three, instead flips it out to Cromartie. That's going to be no basket. A charge called against Morris as McKnight hit the ground. Taze Torres re-enters the game for the Falcons, replacing Amos. Gauss finds Spence in the corner. Spence goes to McKnight. McKnight's fouled, it looks like. No, it was McKnight who was the fouler in that case. Torres puts up a floater, no good. Rebound Waters. It's going to be a violation there. And they're going to call Gauss for a foul there. Lackawanna will take over. Tykira Burden has re-entered the game for Catonsville, replacing Amari McKnight. Cromartie, heavily defended by Gauss, finds Jackson. Jackson can't seem to penetrate. Gets it stolen away by Waters, and Gauss is the recipient. Gauss with the layup. No good. A foul is called, though. I believe that foul is going to be on Torres. Check that, Jackson. So Morgan Gauss will go to the line to shoot two. Gauss is going to sink that first. Makes it 36-17. No good on the second. Kind of rolled off the rim there. And Lackawanna takes over, down 36-17 with 3 minutes to go in this first half. Errant pass, dangerous pass to Morris, somehow got it, finds Cleveland, who puts up a shot, no good. Waters with the, Spence with the rebound, except it rolls out of bounds before Torres can wrangle it, and Catonsville will take over. Spence will inbound it. Burden to Spence. Amos from three. No good. Spence with the rebound. Had to fight for it with Cleveland there, but got it anyway. Spence looking for an opening, finds Gauss. Gauss defended by Torres. Goes to Belinda Glenn. Glenn to Gauss in the paint, got it! (38-17) with 1:45 to go in the second quarter. Amos tries to get around Burden, can't do it. Out of bounds, possession should go, it will stick, possession will stick with possession will stick with the Falcons as Dooley re-enters the game. Inbounds pass immediately goes to Morris and she's fouled. Basket is good, Morris will go to the line to shoot one. Morris knocks down the first one there. Or excuse me, the only one. As we got 1.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Gauss finds Burden in the paint. Got it! Takira Burden with a nice finish. Makes it a 20-point lead for Catonsville. 40-20. Morris gets a pick, puts up a shot. Got it. Long-range jumper there. And with 1 minute to go in the second quarter, it's 40-22, an 18-point lead for the Cardinals. Catonsville now trying to extend their lead. Spence looking for an opening, flips it out to Waters. Wasn't really ready for it, but is still able to gather it up. Finds Glenn. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Burden loses control. Jump ball called. Possession will go to the Falcons. As Samisha Connor enters the game now to replace Takira Burden in the middle. .40 seconds to go here in the second quarter and the first half. And that pass goes out of bounds. Possession will go back to Catonsville. 35 seconds on the clock. Cardinals want to try and extend their lead to about 20 points. They're at 18 points, still not entirely comfortable just yet. Waters from the corner for three. No good. Shot clock turned off as we've got 22 seconds to go in this second quarter. Amos avoids a steal from Waters. 15 seconds left. Morris puts up a shot, no good. Spence with the rebound, but gets it knocked away as with 5 seconds left, Morris scoops it back up. Puts up the layup, no good. That is the end of the first half. The score, 40-22 in favor of the Cardinals after an excellent defensive performance and some solid shooting from the paint. We'll be back in 15 minutes with the start of the second half and the first half stats. And we're back with just about 3 minutes until the end of halftime here at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletics Center. As Catonsville leads Lackawanna 40-22, we take a look now at our first half stats. Catonsville 40 points, 19 of 46 from field goal range for 41.3%, 1 of 4 from three-point range for 25%, 1 of 2 from free throw range, 50% there. 5 turnovers, they've scored 17 points off of turnovers, 24 total rebounds, 7 offensive, 17 defensive, 5 assists, 1 block, 12 steals, and 6 fouls. Lackawanna, meanwhile, 22 points, 8 of 29 from field goal range for 27.6% shooting, 3 of 10 from three-point range for 30%, but they've knocked down all 3 of their free throws. 18 turnovers, they've scored no points off of turnovers, 18 total rebounds, 2 offensive, 16 defensive, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal, and 2 fouls. Individual leaders for Lackawanna, Nia Morris leads the team with 14 points. Makaya Dooley leads with 16 rebounds. And Gabrielle Jackson leads with 3 assists. Meanwhile, for Catonsville, Morgan Gauss and Amari McKnight are tied with 11 points each. Leading rebounder has been Cache Waters with 7. Leading assister has been Belinda Glenn with 3. Cardinals will start with possession here to begin the second half. Glenn inbounds to Gauss, we're underway. And immediately, ball is stolen away by Morris, but it's knocked out of bounds. Possession will stick with Catonsville. Gauss finds Waters. Waters gets a nice pick from Burden, flips it to Glenn. Glenn to McKnight, back out to Waters for 3. Sinks it. Lackawanna looking to respond. Jackson, blocked by Burden. Gauss puts it down. 45-22, the score. Dooley from three-point range. Hits it. That will put it back to a 20-point lead for Catonsville. Here is Gauss. Under pressure, looking for an option, finds Glenn. Glenn back to Gauss in the corner, to Burden in the paint. No luck there. Burden gets a second chance and finishes nicely. Dooley from 3 from the corner again. Second straight time she's hit that shot, 47-28. Bit of an errant pass there. Waters able to wrap it up in and instead passes out of bounds. Well, it was tipped out of bounds by Morris, actually, so possession will stick with the Cardinals as Jay Lewis re-enters the game. McKnight finds Waters. Waters goes to Glenn, to Burden. Burden with another second chance and gets it. Tykira Burden showing off her strength in the post. Dooley. Falcons tried to run the same play for the third straight time, didn't work. Here's Amos from 3-point range. Took a bounce, but it's good. A couple of big threes there. They have lessened the deficit somewhat for the Falcons. But then Amory McKnight goes and Euro steps her way to another easy basket and puts it back to a 20-point lead. Seems like no matter what Lackawanna tries to do, they can't get close. Dooley from 3, no good. Rebound picked up by Gauss. Gauss slips it to Waters. Scores. Easy bucket for Cache Waters. Jackson for 3, no good. Waters with the rebound. Waters, 2 to beat, 3 to beat, stolen away by Jackson. Jackson couldn't wrangle it up in time, stepped out of bounds. Possession will go to Catonsville. As Tanaya Hogg enters the game for the Cardinals, and Sienna Roberts enters the game for the Falcons. Hogg tried a nifty behind the back pass. No luck. McKnight wasn't ready, goes out of bounds. Possession to the Falcons. Jackson. Got hit, goes down and is fouled. Check that, no foul there. I believe they said that was a jump ball. Gauss finds Glenn. Glenn hands it off to Waters. Waters from 3. No good. McKnight with the rebound. And gets fouled. McKnight will go to the line to shoot 2. McKnight knocks both down, so the score 54-31. Amos Boxed in, and is going to get called for a travel. Gauss inbounds it, loses track. Hands it off to Waters. Waters fouled on her way to the basket, and it'll be 2 shots. Sinks the first. Second good as well. McKnight extends the lead to 56-31 as we've got 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Morris drives the basket, fouled on the way there. It'll be 2 shots for Morris. Heavy press here against Gauss. Loses control, but finishes nicely. That's Hogg with the... Three attempt by Morris, no good. Lewis tried to get the rebound, does get it, flips it out to Amos for 3, no good. Lewis again with the rebound, but it's stolen away by the Cardinals. Here is Glenn, under attack from Morris, and they're gonna call her for palming the ball. Nicaea Marshall and Samisha Connor now entering the game for the Cardinals, while Rihanna Cleveland and Thais Torres enter the game for the Falcons. Amos for 3. No good. Spence with the rebound. Spence finds Marshall. Hogg for 3. No good there. Torres with the rebound. Torres is going deep to Jackson. Jackson has to stop short. Finds Cleveland. Has it stolen away by Spence. Lackawanna bench calling for a foul. No foul there. Spence charges the basket. No luck. Amos with the rebound. Amos to Morris. Morris to Torres for 3. No luck there. Rebound Spence as Cleveland gets shoved to the ground. And a quick injury timeout here as Rihanna Cleveland went down awkwardly. Good to see Rihanna Cleveland getting off the court there. Deja Cromartie coming in to replace her. The score 58-32 with 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Morris steals away that inbounds pass and flips it to Jackson. Jackson, no luck there. Ball's going to roll out of bounds. Possession should stick with the Falcons. Jackson looking for an opening, goes to Morris. Bit of a dangerous pass. Morris puts up a shot and is fouled on the way to the basket. So that'll be 2 shots for Morris. Another steal of an inbound pass here. And Torres trying to finish, but they're going to call a travel on her. Spence will inbound for Catonsville. Waters. Nice shot and one for Waters. Jackson looking for an opening. Finds Morris for 3. Got it. And a travel called there against Spence. Possession will go back to the Falcons. Catonsville leads 61-37. Here's Torres for 3. No good. Waters with the rebound. Nearly has it swiped away by Jackson, and possession will stick with the Cardinals. Too much power on the pass by Waters. Catonsville is going to take a timeout here. With 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go in the third quarter, Catonsville leads 61-37. Amos finds Torres in the paint, no good. Rebound juggled around. They're going to give it to the Falcons. Jackson for three, no good. Quick foul is going to be called there. Possession will go back to the Cardinals. Spence will inbound. It finds Burden and is called for a travel. That's another mistake there. This has been a weird series, folks. Catonsville keeps making little mistakes here and there and giving the ball back to the Falcons, but Lackawanna cannot capitalize at all. Amos feints a pass, then goes to Jackson. Jackson back to Amos. Amos for three, no good. Rebound, Marshall. Now check that, Morris steals it away. Morris with a nice spin move and banks it in. Finally, Lackawanna has responded. Here's Waters. Floater, no good. Rebound, stolen away by Waters. Waters flips it out to Gauss. And now Catonsville might just sit on it for a little bit here. Spence fouled on her way to the basket. That's going to be 2 shots. Belinda Glenn re-entering the game for the Cardinals to replace Nicaea Marshall as Spence heads to the line for 2 shots. Spence is going to make both of those, so the score now 64-39. As with 1 minute and 19 seconds left in the third quarter, Catonsville holding steady over a big lead, despite a lot of small mistakes that have made this third quarter appear a lot more competitive. Jackson fouled on her way to the basket. This was a relatively clean game in the first half, but the second half has become a parade of whistles and free throws. Definitely slowing the pace a bunch. Jackson makes 1 of 2 free throws, so the score 63-40. Waters trying to find Gauss, stolen away by Amos. Gauss steals it right back, and it's stolen away again, this time by Cromartie. Torres feints a 3, instead finds Jackson in the post, no good, and a foul. Jackson sinks the first. No luck on the second. Spence with the rebound, stolen away by Jackson. And Amos finishes. It's back to a 20-point lead for Catonsville. Despite all of the mishaps and mistakes we've seen in this last quarter, Catonsville still holds a 20-point advantage. Spence slowing down here. We got 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Looking for an opening, finds Burden. Burden goes back to Spence. Spence for 3. No good, bounces off the side of the backboard. Shot clock turned off, 18 seconds to go. Morris trying to finish, and Morris is going to get tangled up with Waters and a foul called. It'll be 2 shots, most likely, for Morris. Morris shooting 2. Hits the first. Morris has 23 points so far in this game. Very impressive performance from her, more than anyone else on either team. Last chance here with 10 seconds left. Ball stolen away by Cleveland. Jackson puts up a layup, no good. Cleveland tries to get the rebound, goes down again, and that'll end the third quarter. A bit of a sloppy third quarter. The scores we enter the fourth, 63-45 in favor of Catonsville. Heading into the final quarter, here's some quick look at team leaders as we head into the final quarter. For the Cardinals, Cache Waters leads with 16 points, 12 rebounds. Monster day from her. Double-double. Very impressive. Amari McKnight has 14 points, 13 points for Morgan Gauss, 8 for Sydney Spence. Nia Morris has done much of the heavy lifting for Lackawanna. 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Catonsville up 63-45 as we begin the final quarter. Third quarter was a bit sloppy for both teams, especially Catonsville, but somehow they still hold a major advantage. Burden puts up a shot, no good, gets her own rebound, puts it up again, gets a rebound again, but is wrestled away by Cromartie, who hands it off to Jackson. Jackson flips it off to Morris. Morris gets the layup, good. Don't look now, Lackawanna closing in just a bit. Glenn trying to break loose from Morris, double teamed here, trying to break out of it. Puts up a layup that just floats out of bounds. Another mistake by Catonsville. Inbounds pass goes to McKnight. McKnight finds Hogg. Hogg, no luck there. Rebound Morris. Morris charges the basket, puts up a shot and is fouled. It's going to be 2 shots for Morris. Two shots for Nia Morris. First one is good. 63-48 the score. Second one good as well. Gauss double teamed. Trying to find an opening. Still searching for an opening. Gauss puts up a floater, no good. Rebound, Dooley. Cromartie trying to finish, no good there. Here is Waters. Gauss looking for an option. Gets a nice pick from Burden. Then goes towards Burden. She wasn't ready for it. Glenn is there to pick it up. It's a jump ball. Possession should go to the Falcons. As Torres re-enters the game to replace Dooley. Cromartie, no good. Burden with the rebound. Finds Glenn. Glenn, got to be careful. Roberts and Torres both getting their hands in there to try and steal the ball away. And there's going to be a foul called against Sienna Roberts. Morris re-enters the game to replace Jackson, as Waters will inbound. Goes to Glenn. Gauss drives towards the basket. No good. Rebound Torres. Torres flips it out to Morris. Morris to Amos. Amos to Roberts. Burden tries to come in there with the block. Nice rejection there by Burden. Didn't exactly help as they still finish it off. Don't look now, but it is a 12. The lead has sunk to 12 points for Catonsville, 63-51, with 7 minutes 40 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Inbounds pass tipped away. Torres tries to finish, got it. And it's a 10-point lead for Catonsville, 63-53. Waters trying not to lose control. Stolen away by Lackawanna. Falcons with a chance to make it a single-digit lead, and they can. Torres makes it an 8-point game. Burden finds Hogg. Hogg with the jumper. Won't go. Rebound Morris. Morris flips it to Roberts. Roberts puts up a floater. Got it. It's a 6-point lead now, as Lackawanna has charged back into this one. 63-57 with about 7 minutes to go, and Catonsville's in trouble. It's been a pretty impressive comeback for the Falcons of Lackawanna College. They were down 24 points through most of the third quarter, but have charged back into this one, 63-57 the score, with 6 minutes, 57 seconds to go. Catonsville clinging on to life, despite what's been an impressive performance so far from Cache Waters, a double-double, 16 points, 12 rebounds. Catonsville has struggled with mistakes and turnovers in the second half so far, and it's cost them dearly. Also improved defense from Lackawanna has been a big help. Waters charges towards the basket, puts up a floater, won't go, gets the rebound, and will get an extra point there and a bit of frustration from the Lackawanna players. Cromartie slamming the ball into the stand. Waters with an excellent basket and an extra point added onto it. 66-57. It's back to a 9-point lead. A great three-point play by Waters. It's given the Cardinals a little bit of breathing room. Still, anything could happen. Dooley finds Roberts. Roberts for three. Won't go. Burden with the rebound. Burden goes to Spence. Spence flips it to Waters. Waters, wide open lane. Nice finish with the swish. Cachet Waters makes it an 11-point lead. Catonsville's getting their mojo back. Morris for three, no good. Rebound, Waters. That's another board for Waters. Jump ball called there. Possession will go to Catonsville as Glenn and Torres got tangled up. Amos checks back into the game to replace Roberts. Roberts going back into the game now to replace Torres. Spence will inbound, finds Waters. Waters, no good. And Amos got hit in the face by the ball. Cardinals will inbounds the ball. There's a Shante Amos got hit in the face with the ball. She seems to be okay. Ref's just making sure everything's good. Ball kicked around, knocked out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Cardinals. We've got 6 minutes exactly to go. 68-57 the score. Catonsville, a lot closer than they expected this one was going to be. Inbounds pass goes to Gauss. Gauss trying to break free from Jackson. Gauss goes to Waters. Waters into the paint. No good. Glenn with the rebound. Jump ball. Possession will go to the Falcons. Dooley cutting through traffic. Travel. Too many steps for Dooley. That was costly. Catonsville will take over. Waters kind of mossed Morris there to get the ball away. Drives to the basket, puts up a shot, won't go. Burden tries to get the rebound, no foul called. Catonsville keeps possession, however. Glenn was there to scoop up the rebound when Burden couldn't grab it. Now Gauss trying to set up a play. Flips the ball to Spence. Spence with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Puts up a jumper. Won't go. Rebound Morris. Morris all the way and scores. Makes it a 9-point game. And timeout called by Lackawanna. Morris has got a double-double now. 27 points, 10 rebounds. Inbounds pass nearly stolen away. Instead, McKnight wrestles it out of Roberts' hands. McKnight flips it to Glenn. Glenn to Spence. McKnight out to Glenn. No good. Dooley with the rebound. Dooley for three. Got it. Makes it a 4-point game. Excuse me, a 6-point game. Gauss, fouled on her way to the basket, will go and shoot for two. Gauss will shoot two from the line. As Torres checks back into the game to replace Roberts. Gauss with her first, knocks it down. Second is good as well. That'll extend the lead back to 9. Or excuse me, 8. Jackson finds Morris. Morris for three. No good. Torres with the rebound. Torres back to Morris. Morris is fouled. Amos will inbound for the Falcons. Morris. Easy shot, and Morris is over 30 points. 31 points for Nia Morris. Spence back to Waters. Waters back to Spence. Spence to McKnight. Floater, got it. McKnight pushes the lead back to 8. Morris passes to Noah. Ball out of bounds. Possession to the Cardinals. Shout out to our camera operator, Larry, who had to run after that ball. Waters will inbound for the Cardinals. Rob was looking for Spence, but Roberts intercepts. And just like that, it's right back. Waters with the steal. Waters under pressure goes to McKnight, now goes to Spence. Spence with the long-range jumper, no good. McKnight with the rebound, and finishes. Amari McKnight getting right up there in the face of the opponents. And we've got 2 Falcons players down. Jackson and I believe Morris are both down. They're both on their feet, thankfully. McKnight kind of bullied her way in there, and both of them, all 3 went down. Lackawanna coach out on the court there trying to argue her case. There should have been a foul called there. (74-64), 10-point lead for Catonsville with 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go. And what has been a fairly, it's been a very good game. Catonsville held a massive lead throughout the first half, but early in the third quarter, there was a streak of mistakes resulted in the lead shrinking. Catonsville has still held the advantage, however. They have not trailed since early in the first quarter. Torres couldn't handle that one, flips it out to Cromartie. Cromartie to Amos. Amos for 3, banks it in. Now Gauss fights through a pair of defenders. Under attack, almost loses control, jump ball, possession should go to Catonsville, yes. As Gauss Glenn exits the game as Hogg checks back in. Inbounds pass goes to Spence. Spence sneaking through traffic and is going to get called for a travel. Possession will go to the Falcons. Lackawanna getting another break here. Amos stepped out of bounds. Possession will go back to the Cardinals. 74-67 the score. Catonsville trying to hold on. Gauss finds Spence, back to Gauss. It's a full court press attack from the Falcons. McKnight charges into the paint, puts up a layup, no good, gets her own rebound, got it. McKnight with the nice finish, 76-67. It's back to a 9-point lead for the Cardinals. Morris loses control. McKnight steals it away. Now McKnight finds Gauss. Gauss, and one. Gauss with a huge bucket, and with about 2 minutes, 7 seconds to go, Catonsville can extend their lead. It's 11 points. 11 points is the advantage for the Cardinals. Gauss can make it 12 with one bucket. No luck for Gauss there. 78-67 remains the score. Amos from three. No good. Torres with the rebound. Hands it up to Cromartie. Cromartie finishes. Timeout called by Lackawanna. Well, next up for both of these schools, of course, is the winter break. They'll be back in January. Lackawanna will be at home on January 6th, playing Misericordia University's JV team. Catonsville, meanwhile, will return for January 8th, 1 p.m., on the road against Howard Community College. Their next home game, January 12th, Wednesday at 5 p.m. as they face off against Hagerstown Community College, right here at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletics Center. Quick check-in on the points, and we have two Cardinals who have scored 20 points. Waters with 21, McKnight with 20, Gauss also with an impressive 17 points. Waters, of course, with the double-double, 21 points, 14 rebounds. Should mention that two members of Lackawanna have double-doubles. Nia Morris, 31 points, 10 rebounds. Micaiah Dooley, 10 points, 10 rebounds. So an impressive scoring performance from Lackawanna. Catonsville still has held an advantage throughout this game, despite having nearly blown it earlier in the fourth quarter. It's still a close one here. 9 points is the advantage for Catonsville, 78-69, with 1 minute 52 seconds left in this fourth quarter. McKnight flips it to Waters. Waters under attack. Ball is tipped. Glenn wasn't able to wrangle it in. Ball knocked out of bounds. The possession will go to the Falcons. Jackson finds Amos for 3. Got it. Amos makes it a 6-point game. Cardinals looking for a response. Hogg. Nice bucket there by Tanaya Hogg. A minute and a half to go. Morris for 3. Knocks it down. 5-point game. Catonsville needs a big bucket here. Waters. Pass is blocked, intercepted. Hogg intercepts it. Steals it away. And a foul is called. Excuse me, timeout called by Catonsville. Quick timeout by Catonsville right there. A minute, 6 seconds left. Catonsville leads 80-75. So with a minute, 6 seconds left, Catonsville leads by 5. Cardinals will have possession. Inbounds pass goes to Gauss. Gauss with the layup. Got it! With a minute to go, Gauss makes it 82-75. Morris. Fouled. Inbounds pass goes to Jackson, who finds Morris. 50 seconds to go. Morris trying to drive to the basket, gets fouled on her way there. It'll be 2 shots for Morris with 46 seconds to go. Morris to shoot 2. First is good. That'll bump Morris up to 35 points on the afternoon. Second, also good. 82-77 the score now. Risky pass there by McKnight, and Morris steals it away. Finds Amos for 3. No good. Waters tries to get the rebound, knocked out of bounds. Possession will go to the Eagles with 38.5 seconds to go. Check that possession to the Cardinals. My mistake. The referee right in front of us signal possession was to the Eagles. That was on me. Inbounds pass goes to McKnight. McKnight nearly has it stolen away. Waters under attack. Waters finds Glenn. Glenn to Gauss. Gauss with the layup. Got it! 84-77 with 27 seconds to go. Catonsville continues to extend their lead and get out of these pressure situations. Jackson for 3. No good. McKnight with the rebound. Jackson hits the floor, no foul called. Waters finds Glenn. Glenn, 10 seconds to go. Glenn is going to sit on it, and this should be the dagger. That's it. Final score, 84-77. Catonsville gets the win. It was a lot closer than expected, but the Cardinals get the job done at the end. 84-77. Waters finishes with 21 points, 14 rebounds. Gauss has 21 points. McKnight has 20 points. 3 Cardinals with 20 points. That's impressive. Well, folks, we thank you for tuning into this doubleheader. For those of you who watched both the men play earlier and the women, a double win for Catonsville, both the men's and women's team getting victories. We will see you next year. Of course, I mean in January. The next home game, of course, for both teams will be January 12th against Hagerstown Community College. Until next time, folks, have a happy holidays. A Merry Christmas to all who celebrate. This is Isaac Donsky signing off.